Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Larry, and on this channel we're gonna be talking about programming. And in this particular video, I will be telling you about Python and what are variables. And if you've never heard about Python, I'm gonna show you how to what to install to start using Python today. And we'll be talking about variables, as I said before. And you want to go on your web browser, and you want to download the software Anaconda. This will help you compile your code and make everything work perfectly. So when you when you type Anaconda, you want to come and click on this link right here, and then you click on download, on the download button, and you have you have Windows version, Mac OS version, and Linux version. I'm gonna download the Python 3.7. For the Linux version, you have to, if you have Mac, you have to download the 3.7 for a Mac version. If you have Windows, you do the same. And me, I'm gonna download the 64-bit Mac for the Linux version. So I'm gonna hit download right here, and I'm gonna save it. So while it is downloading, I'm gonna show you another way in case you don't want to download it for your on your computer. You can just come on your web browser and just type Python online compiler. You just want to click right here, and you can. I usually, when I just want to try my code, I come on this link right here, and I just click on it, and it is pretty easy and fun. So you just want to wait till it loads up. My internet is kind of slow, so it's taking a lot of time to load. And when it loads up, you will be able to start writing, and you can follow the tutorial with all of us. But me, I'm gonna stick to this to the Anaconda, so it's not finished yet. So I'm gonna pause the video and come back when it's finished. So after you finished installing the Anaconda navigator, now you will see this page. Actually, it was kind of long to do this, and if any of y'all want me to show you how to install it on Linux or Windows, you can leave it in the comments below, and I'm going to do a tutorial on how to install Anaconda navigator. Or if you didn't manage to install it, you can go, as I showed you before, on your web browser and type Python compiler, Python online compiler, and you can follow the tutorial with me. So now you just want to click on launch and wait for it to launch, and then you want to click on the library where you want to store your folder. You don't have to do this if you are working on an online compiler. So I will be storing it on my desktop, so I'm going to click on desktop, and I have a folder that I created earlier before this video that is called Python lessons. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to create a new file, Python 3, that I will call what are variables Python. Now, what are variables? I'm gonna call it, hashtag 1. So rename it, and then I'm gonna show you some stuff before beginning actually programming or coding. You have one cells right here, and to add another cell, you want to click on this plus button. To add cells, to remove cells, you want to click on the scissors. That is your removing cells. And now to run your code, you want to click on this run button right here. So let's start. The first thing every programmer has learned when programming. That's the thing. Even me, I learned in my Python course. You always want to start. That is the first thing everyone does. You just want to copy and paste what I'm doing, and I'm gonna explain everything when I go in with the video. So you want to print parenthesis, double quotes, hello world, hello world. And then when you've done this, you want to click on run, and it's gonna print what you've asked them to. Actually, what I'm doing right here, I'm saying, hey compiler, print what is inside my parentheses. And what is inside my parentheses is called it is hello world. So it prints hello world. So if I want to ask the compiler to print my name, which is Larry, I'm going to say print double quotes Larry, and I say, hey compiler, print Larry, and I say run. And when I run it, it prints what I asked them for. I can do it this way too. I want to say print single quotes Larry, and I run it. There won't be any problems, because in Python double quotes and single quotes are kind of the same. So now let's say in this cell right here, I forgot to put this parenthesis, and I run it. I will have a problem, because the program is telling me, oh hey, you tell me to print something, but something is lacking, like the parenthesis. I want to close it. I don't have any problem. When I run it, it prints what I asked them to. And let's say I remove the quotation mark right here and run it. I do have a problem, because the program is telling me, hey, you've forgotten something right here, because you started with a quotation mark and I don't see another quotation mark. So everything you open in Python, you gotta close it, everything. So you want to put another quotation mark right here and run it. It would go smoothly without any problem. And the good thing about Python, in either when you are programming, it always shows you like where the problem is from, but you have to know it, because when you learn programming, you have to know where the problem comes from. Let's say if you didn't have this this part right here that was showing you the problem, you had to know that, oh, I see here the problem might come from here, and just complete the quotation mark and run it again, and it would go without problem. You can also do print. You can also print numbers, like I'm 22. I'm just gonna say, hey, print 22. It's gonna print 22 without any problem. Let's say, hey, print let's say my name is Larry, and it's gonna print Larry without any problem. He's gonna say, hey, my name is Larry. I said, hey, print my name is Larry, and it printed my name is Larry. And let's say now we're gonna talk about variables, because it is the main aim of this video. So we're gonna talk about variables. What is a variable? Let's say I have a letter A, and I say A equals to 1. So this thing is legal in Python. In Python syntax, you can do this. Say A equals to 1, and you run it. It's not going to show anything, because you just gave a value that is an integer to a variable with A. So now the value, I'm going to write it here for you. I'm going to say the value of A is 1. So you want to keep in mind that the value of A, your variable A, is 1. So now you've created a variable, and what you want to do, print. If you say print A to see like the value of A, let's say you didn't know what the value of A was, and you say A, print A, and you run it, it's gonna give you 1. And let's say and if you say print, let's say B, and run it, it's not gonna work, because actually it's saying print B, and B is not like between quotation marks. So the compiler is waiting for a variable. That's what it said. The name B is not defined. Like here the name A was defined, and when I said print A, it had no problem printing A, and it printed the value of A. When I say print B, you wouldn't be able to print B because B wasn't defined previously. Like here I defined A. So if I said before this B equals 20, and then I say now I run the cell, and then I say print B, and I run it, it will print 20 without any problem, and it wouldn't show any error because now B is defined, and the value, I'm gonna do it for you, the value of B is 20. And I give here numbers to variables. You can give to a variable a string, or in programming we call these things like this letters, like this phrase right here, strings. The sentence we call it strings, and numbers I call integers. And now if you say hey guys, you won't have any problem, and you run this, the value of the variable E right here is hey guys, and if you were to print E, it would show hey guys. So there's no problem. You can give it an integer, which is a number, or a string, which is a sentence or a phrase. You wouldn't have any problem. And now I'm going to show you something else that can cause a little bit of confusion, so you want to follow up really carefully. Let's say I'm going to say M equals 1, okay? Then I'm going to run this cell. I'm going to say print M, okay? Now till here everything's okay. You've seen this before, I think you understand it. What is it going to show? Exactly 1. You're very smart. And now I'm going to say M, the same variable right here. Python already knows this variable because M was defined before. Python has the value of M stored somewhere in its memory. Like let's think about, you have the value of M in your memory, and you know that if someone asks you what is the value of M, you would say, oh, the value of M is 1. And now you tell Python, hey Python, the value now the value of M is 2. You say, let me write it for you. Say, hey Python, now the value of M is 2. And then you run this cell. These things right here are what we call in programming comments. So you have to do a hashtag before it, and then write what you want to write. And this thing is never compiled, so you can write as much as you want, and it wouldn't cause any problem to your code. So now if I say print M, what do you think it's gonna print? Is it gonna print 1, or is it gonna print 2, or is it gonna print 1 and 2? Just think about it for a second. I said to Python right here, Python, oh, what am I doing? Python, the value of M is 1. And now I come down here, I tell Python, the value of M is now 2. Like Python goes in its memory. Like let's run this thing. Python goes, it prints 2. So now let me explain. Python goes in its memory. Like I told him here, hey Python, the value of M is 1. and now Python goes in its memory. Now I tell Python, hey Python, now the value of m is 2. So Python goes, it erases this 1 and then it puts 2. So the last value of m is forgotten. So you want to remember this every time you program. The last value of m is forgotten, because Python went and erased this value, and now m has a new value, which is 2. Okay, and now let's move on. Let's say e equals to what would I say? I'm just gonna say, hey sir, and I run this cell and I print e. What is it gonna show? Actually, I'm not gonna take e, I'm gonna take s because I want to show something else. Hey sir, I run this. Oh, actually I was supposed to print year s. Come here, I run this, and it's gonna print s is equals to hey sir. And if I said s equals 1, okay, I run this cell and then I say print s. Oh, print s. What is Python gonna do? Think for a second. That's what I just explained right here. We would do the same thing even if the value was a string before, or if the value was an integer before. So I say, hey Python, the value of s is hey sir, and then I say to Python, now the value of s is 1, and I run this cell, and now I come here, I ask Python, hey Python, can you show me the value of s? And Python say, yeah, the value of s is 1. So you don't want to forget this. You always want to keep this in mind, and it will help you to avoid problems. The more and more you go on with Python, it will help you a lot, because some beginners do a lot of mistakes when it comes to these things. So now I'm gonna give you an kind of difficult example exercise, if I can say it like this. Let's say we got a equals to 1, okay, and b wait, there's a problem right here. We say a equals to 1, right, and b equals to 2. Okay, there's no problem with that. You have seen this a bunch of time now. And you say you want to say, hey Python, show me the value of a. You say, hey Python, show me the value of b, and you run it. What is the value of a? Python says the value of a is 1 and the value of b is 2. So now comes in the problem. Let's say you have to switch the values of b. You want to give the value of a to b and the value of b to a. How are you gonna do that? You want to pause the video real quick and just like think about this for a couple of minutes, and then you can try your solution on your compiler or on your web browser, depending on which one you're working with. So I'm gonna continue with the video, and I'll encourage you to really pause the video to try this on your own. So some beginners would just say a equals 2 because they know the value of b, and b equals 1 because they know the value of a. But it's gonna work for this problem right here if you do print a and print b. The value are correct, but you don't want to do it this way. Like, let's say you didn't know this value, the value a and the value of b. Like, that's always how programming goes. You never know the value before you create a program, you just want it to work with every single values, like one, because now I'm talking about values because we are using variables right now. So some other people, like maybe others, some of y'all thought about doing saying A equals B and B equals A, right? That's what some of you thought. But I'm going to tell you this. Let's see if it's correct or not. So I'm going to run this and print A, okay, and print B, okay, and let's run it. It is not correct. Why not? Because as I told you before, the value of, I'm gonna write this real quick. The value of A becomes what was the value of oh, there's a problem somewhere here. Oh no, it's okay. So the value of A becomes the value of B, which is 1, okay, which is 1. That is 1 right here. And next, the value of B, the value of B becomes 1, because actually the value of A was changed to 1 and the value of B, you can say, stayed to 1 because A is equals to 1. So you didn't do anything right. This thing is not the good way to change these values, so you don't want to do this way. So that was, I will give you credits for trying, but that's not the good answer. So I'm going to cut this cell, and I'm going to cut this one too, and I'm going to run this cell again, and want to change this. How are we going to do this? You can still post the video if you really want to do this about yourself, or you can just follow this my solution. I'm going to create temporary variables that I'm going to call temp1 for A. That's going to be the value of A. So TMP1 stores the value of A, okay, and TMP2 stores the value of B, okay. TMP2 stores the value of B, okay, and I'm going to run this cell. Okay, that is nothing new. This thing can be done in Python. There's no problem with that. Given to a variable the value of another variable, that's completely correct in Python. So now if I say print, hey Python, print, tell me what is the value of TMP1, and Python, can you please tell me what is the value of TMP2? Python would be very happy to tell you that if the code is correct, and you run it. So the value of A, Python tells you the value of TMP1 is the value of A, which is 2, and the value of TMP2 is the value of B, which is 1, and everything goes correctly. And the next thing you gotta do is we've created this variable. This will help us to solve our problem. So now you want to do, as before, you wanted to give the value of A to B and the value of B to A. So now if you want to give the value A to the value of B to A, you want to say A equals this temporary variable, that is, good job, temp1, you were a good student, you were very smart. I don't think I was as smart as you when I was in my first year at university, when I started Python, because I failed this, and B equals TMP2. Good job. And then you want to run this, and then you want to print, say, hey Python, what's the value of TMP1? Actually A, my fault. What is the value of A? And Python, what's the value of B, please? Okay, and you run this, and as you can see, the value of what did I do? No, it was supposed to be TMP2, because I want to give the value of A to 1. So if you said this before, you weren't correct. And then I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this, yeah, and run this one. Yep, and run this one. So now the value, as you can see, the value of A was 1 before, and the value of B was, the value of A was 2 before, pardon, and the value of B was 1. And now you have the value of A. Python tells you the value of A is 1 and the value of B is 2. So what you did was correct. And now let's say you are told not to use 2 temporary variables to store the values of your variables, that you have to use just one. How are you gonna do it? You want to think this on your own and then continue with the video. You can pause the video real quick, and I'm just gonna write on video and show you how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna show you another solution. I'm gonna run this cell real quick, and I'm gonna cut this one, cut this one, cut this one, cut this one, and cut this one. Okay, now on this one, now the value of A is 2 and the value of B is 1 as before. To show you that I'm not lying, I'm gonna print it. So print A and print B. Ask Python to show you what the values are. So as I told you, the value A is 2 and the value B is 1. So now you wanna switch the variables, swap your values. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a temporary variable, just one this time, and I'm gonna say temp1 equals to A, and then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna run this cell, and I'm gonna say hey Python, now the temp1's value is the value of A, that is temp1 value is 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna say to Python, hey Python, now the value of A is B. Okay, the value A now is B, that is 1. Hey Python, now the value of A is B, that is, what is the value of B? 1. Okay, and I give this Python say, okay, no problem, everything's good, so I can take it. And then I'm going to say to Python, B equals temp TMP, that is, what is the value of TMP? The value of TMP is A. What was the value of A before? That is 2, and now the value of A is 1. So this one, TMP has the value of 2, has the value of A was 2. So I'm giving this to Python, and I'm telling them, hey Python, now the value of B is TMP, that is 2. And then let's run this as well. I don't know if I ran this before, because you always have to run this if you want Python to consider your instruction what is in the cells. And what I'm gonna do is print A, okay, and print B. Let's see if it works. What have I done wrong right here? The value of b is 1. Okay. I don't think I've run this one before. I don't think I run this one before. Did I? Let's rerun everything. Okay, so I think I didn't run this one well before. So here the value of a is equals to 2, the value of b is 1, and then I print both of them, and I say the value of a. I ask Python, hey Python, what's the value of a? It tells me the value a is 2. Hey Python, what's the value b? The value b is 2. It's 1, excuse me. And I say, hey Python, the temporary variable temp tmp is gonna be equal to a, and a is equals to 2. And I can just print this for you to see that temp is really equals to 2 if you don't trust me with that. What is wrong right here? Oh, before, because I've modified it right here, so it can't show me 2, you see, since the value was modified here, so it wouldn't show me 2. So now the value of a is equal, the value of temp is equals to 2. And now I say Python, now the value a is equals to b. Okay, now the value of a is equals to b, and now the temp, the value of b will be equal to temp, that is all value a, that is 2. And then I say print a and b, and then it swaps the value as I want it to, and now the value a is 1 and the value 2 is, and the value of b is 2. So that is how to solve this problem. I did some mistakes here because I didn't really run the cells correctly. So you always want to run your cells after you type the code. When you type your code, you run it. When you type your code, you run it, so you won't have these mistakes I did. And I think that is pretty much everything in this for this video, and I'm just gonna make a short summary of everything we've seen in this video. The first thing was that it was print hello world. Hello. It was print hello world. Oh, you didn't tell me. I didn't put my quotation marks. You were supposed to tell me that, but you didn't tell me that, so I made the mistake. Actually, I didn't make a mistake. I just wanted to see if y'all were following. So now I'm gonna run it. Everything is correct. You can print a number 22. You can print your age 22. You can print a variable. Print. I think I declared the variable e. I just want to print e. Hey sir. And you can print a sentence, a string, as we say in programming. Hey, thanks. And I'm just gonna run it. Hey, thanks. So this is pretty much it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching to the end, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep watching, because I'm gonna do a series of videos on Python and teach you as times goes on with Python. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any problem, don't forget to leave it. You can leave it in the comment section below. I will be very happy to answer the questions. And I guess that is it, and I will catch you on the next one. And stay safe. Bye.